In example 1, we're being asked, what is the unit rate? We're also being asked, what is the equation that represents this graph? To figure out the answer to these two questions, what we're going to do is we're going to start by finding a coordinate along this line. So somewhere along this blue line, we need to pick a coordinate. Now remember, you want to pick a point where the grid lines cross. So I look and I see here that a vertical grid line and a horizontal grid line crosses right here at this point. And I'm going to use this as the point that's going to help me answer A and B. So I should, before I do anything else, label the x-axis and the y-axis, and then I'm going to draw a line from the point down to the x-axis. And then I realize that the x value is 3, and I'll record that up here. Then I need to figure out the y value, so I follow across to the y-axis, and I see that the y value is 60. And then I'm also going to label this. So you'll see that x is games and y is points. So I'll take my text over here and I'm going to label 3 is x, so that would be games. And then 60 is my y, which is points. And now I can take this point and use it to fill in the unit rate formula. So I'll go back to Scribble, and let me grab another color actually. And the y value is at the top. So you have to pay special attention because it says x and then y, and then the equation is y and then x. So for a lot of kids it seems opposite to them, so make sure that you pay close attention that the y value is at the top. So the y value is 60 points. And I want you to also record the word points. So 60 points. And then we're going to record our x value. And our x value is games. I better go back to Scribble. Okay, so the x value is games, so it's 3 games. And then for this little part in the middle, I like to think of the fraction bar, the word that goes with the fraction bar, as per. So we would read this 60 points per 3 games. Now currently this is just a rate. It's not a unit rate until the denominator is 1. And to find the unit rate, you do the operation that's in the formula, you divide. So we're going to take 60 and divide it by 3. So 60 divided by 3, you might know this in your head, but 3 goes into 6 twice. 2 times 3 is 6. We subtract and we get 0. You bring down 0, and then you ask 3 goes into 0 0 times. We subtract 0, and there's nothing to bring down. So we get 20 for our unit rate. And we're going to fill that in down here. What is the unit rate? Well, it's 20. And then, yeah, I'll type it, why not? I'm just going to write PPG, and that's supposed to just be an abbreviation that represents points per game. So well, I gotta grab the Scribble first. The first P is the points, the second P is the per, and the G is the game. So points per game, PPG. So 20 PPG. Alright, so we found the unit rate. We're done with part A. Now we move on to part B. So we're being asked for the equation that represents this graphed line. So we go up to where it says proportional equation, and the proportional equation looks like this, y equals kx. Well, we found the unit rate to be 20. So all we do is you take out the letter k because you found it to be 20, and you record your equation as y equals 20x. So our equation is y equals 20x. Now, if I were to choose a different point, let's say that I chose instead 480. Okay, if I chose 480, I'm going to just show you really quick that I would end up taking 80 and dividing it by 4, which would also give me 20. So remember earlier in another video we talked about how k meant constant? That's because in a proportional graph or proportional equation, the unit rate is constant. So it won't matter which point you choose along this blue line, they will all give you a unit rate of 20.